Namaste and welcome to another round of Oracle card readings by Anitara for the month of April. Now, I hope you have been watching the videos that I have been putting up on my page on Insta and Facebook, because it gives a lot of information about the important alignments that are coming up and what we need to really take care of. Just to take you a little back before we start the Oracle card reading, on 6th of April, we had the full moon in Libra, which was all about partnerships, commitments, and fairness. Now, on 11th of April, I will be putting up that video shortly. Sun will conjunct Jupiter in Aries. Now, this is the alignment where you will be forced to take action to start something new. It's about knowing yourself in totality, because it's coming in Aries, and Aries is all about the self without really being selfish. So instead of dwelling on the past, thinking about your worries and your challenges that you've been through, or thinking about what is going to happen in the future, what you really need to do is pay attention to the present, make the changes that you feel are very, very necessary for you to make, so that in future your life will take a completely different turn. Now, the most important alignment that is coming up, which I want to really talk about, and of course I will be putting up the video and taking a meditation, will be what we call the eclipse season of 2023. So we have a solar eclipse coming in full moon of Aries on 20th of April, which will be followed by a lunar eclipse coming into the full moon on 5th of May, which is also what we call the Vesak or the Budh Purnima full moon. Now, between these two eclipses, very, very important, let us say, timeline shifts have to be made, where we are actually recreating the tapestry of our life. Now, with the solar eclipse, it is coming on the Libra and Arian axis. So what is Aries all about? Being the first sign of the Zodiac, it's all about finding yourself, finding your true self, and Libra is all about balance. So what you have to do is find the inner and outer balance within yourself after you have redefined or re-evaluated all the positives that are there inside of you. After you have found yourself, you will then need to balance the inner and outer reality. Now, understand one thing, that for this period of 6 weeks that's going to come between the two eclipses, you will actually, like I said, recreate the own tapestry of your life. But the 6-week period is the most blessed, opportune period of 2023. For the entire year, this is the best time for you to make those changes, for you to understand what is it that you really want to come into going ahead in your life. What are your potentials? What are your challenges? Understand everything in totality and make the difference. It is like I cannot state enough how important that 6-week period is to actually recreate yourself completely. Now, of course, the eclipse season, when it comes, it brings a little bit of a flux where, we come into some kind of a confusion, but that is why it is very important and essential to have solid, clear direction about where you want to take your life going ahead. So this actually brings you on your higher life path. Please understand again, my dear friends, that this is the best opportune 6-week period where you can redefine your future. It's in your hands, so don't always leave it up to chance or destiny or karma or whatever. Our path is the free will choice that we all as human beings have, and we have the power to change, even if it is our destiny, to where we want to align it to. So be very careful during that 6-week period of between the two eclipses. And of course, I will be putting up the videos. I will be taking meditations during that period of time to make you more aware of what you should be focusing on and where you should be going. So now, coming back to, let's say, the Oracle card reading, which is of course the most important thing for me going live today, and we'll find out what the angels have to tell for each and every sun sign. So let's begin with Aries. Let's see the cards that come up for Aries. Okay. So the two cards that have come up for Aries is prosperity and clear your space. Now, my dear Arians, very important alignments, like I've just mentioned, are coming about in your sign. And what did I say just before I started the Oracle card reading? That this is the time to really find yourself. And please understand that in finding yourself, you are not being selfish. You are just trying to, find out what are the traits that you have come with, what are the positives that are there inside of you, so that you can take future steps to guide you. Now, when the cards that have come up as clear your space, that means you Arians especially need to sit down, maybe journal everything that you think is positive in your life and negative in your life. Then look at the list of all the negatives that you have written and actually ask yourself, how can I make that my positive? How can I delete that from my life and make it my positive? That is one way of clearing your mind space. Now, clearing your physical body, very simple. Go for a walk in nature. Go sit down in nature. If you don't want to walk, take salt water baths. That's how you'll clear your physical body. Emotional body, be very sure about your relationships, where they are going and where they are leading to, right? So if there are certain relationships in your life which are in a flux right now, or you're not very comfortable with that relationship, reevaluate that. Because when it comes clearing your space, it means clearing the physical, mental and emotional space, because that is the totality of what we human beings are made up of. Once you clear your space, of course, prosperity will come your way. Like I said just before I started the reading, this 6-week period is one of the best time that has been given to us as human beings to really come into abundance in every which way, be it abundance in a very happy, healthy relationship, be it abundance in monetary wise, be it abundance in, maybe starting a new business and then taking it really up, making it flourish. Abundance, like I said, in every which way. But remember, my dear Aries, before that, you need to clear your space. So pay a little attention before we come into the eclipse season. Till 20th, you still have time. Be very attentive about how you are clearing your space. Mantra chanting, journaling, of course, everything helps in clearing your space. So let us see what we have for Taurus. So the cards that are coming up for Taurus is crystal clear intention and divine order. Now, when I look at these two cards, Archangel Michael, of course, says that have crystal clear intentions, and Archangel Raguel says everything is in divine order. When I'm looking at these cards together for Taurus, what I feel is that right at this moment, there may be a lot of confusion going on in your mental mind about where do I go next, what do I do, how do I go ahead with my life, or whatever it is. Maybe in your business, maybe relationships, I really don't know what. But with this card coming up, crystal clear intention, Archangel Michael is really telling you that sometimes even the angels get confused when you're not very sure about what you want. So it's like sometimes you say, oh, I wish this happens. And then suddenly you say, no, not like that. This should happen. First of all, my dear Taurus, what you need to do is sit down in silence, withdraw into yourself and ask yourself, what is it that you truly want? So if there are lots of thoughts in your mind, sift it out and come to one intention that you need or you want fulfilled in your life going ahead. Because when you give out a clear intent to the angels, of course they will help you. See, the other card that has come out is divine order. So Raguel is saying that everything is in divine order. You will get whatever you want manifested. You will get whatever it is that you are looking for, seeking or asking. But, and there's always a but your intentions have to be absolutely clear. No digression. Once you have put an intent out, do not digress from that. Do not try to change it. Do not say that this is not exactly what I want, but this is the way. That's why I'm saying sit by yourself. Actually maybe take a pen and paper and write down what is it that you exactly want to intend, because divine order is there. That means whatever you put forth, whatever you intend, whatever you put out into the universe will manifest, unless and until you have clear intentions. Of course, it'll delay, let's say, coming into fruition. So Taurus, yes, this is the time for you to really be very clear about what you want for the rest of your life. Now, like I said, the 6-week period is going to bring a lot of opportunities for everyone. So it is for all sun signs, not only for any particular sun sign. It is going to bring a lot of good luck, but change is inevitable. It is the only constant, let's say. So each of the sun signs have to be sort of prepared for some change that we will have to inculcate in our lives. during the 6-week period and after the 6-week period, right? So now let's see the cards that I have picked up for Geminis is spiritual understanding and brilliant ideas. Now, Raziel says that there is a lot of spiritual understanding that is coming to you, and Uriel says that there are brilliant ideas. Now, when I'm looking at these cards, what is really coming into my mind is that, yes, for you Geminians, maybe there are lots of things going on in your mind, that where do you want to go, or what do you want to start as a business, or maybe there may be a hesitation about, do you really want to get into the relationship or not, or maybe a little later. So there are lots of things that are going on in your mind, and this is more, I'm looking at the mental mind that has been overworked for the Geminis. And what you need to do is, once you fixate with an idea that has come into your mind, you need to take action, right? You cannot just say that this idea has come and I know I can do this or I can do that or whatever. You need to take the first step, right? So you need to take some positive action towards making this idea come into fruition. And Raziel says that a lot of spiritual understanding will be given to you. That means a lot of intuition will be coming in your mind. There will be a lot of information, maybe in the shape of a symbol, maybe in something you hear, or maybe something you see randomly anywhere around you. But these are let us say, the intuitions that you will be getting. You need to be very alert to pick up on those signs, on those intuitive, let's say, information that you are getting, because that will be the first step you need to take to bring your ideas into fruition. So Geminis, please pay a little more attention to even your dreams that you see, or that sudden flashes of insight that you get. You need to pay attention to all of that, because there may be an idea, but you just don't know how to go about it. But with these two cards coming up, no doubt for you, my dear Geminis, whatever idea you really want to pursue will fructify. Now let us say what comes up for Cancerians. So the two cards that I have picked up for Cancerians is Courage and All is Well, right? Now, Courage, Archangel as Ariel says that this is not the time for you Cancerians to withdraw into your shell. This is not the time for you to take a back seat, because whatever I know of Cancerians, they're a little shy. They're a little intimidated by too many people around them, or when they have to go up on stage and talk and there are so many people, they get a little intimidated and they always want to withdraw back into the shell. But this is not the time for you, my dear Cancerians. You need to build that courage inside of you, because you do have it. Definitely you do have it, but you have to build that courage and stand up for what you believe in, for whatever you think is right. Have the guts and the courage to say yes to what is right, and no if anything is going wrong around you. Have the courage to say that that's not right, this is the way to do it. All is well, that means everything is happening, and Jeremiel actually comes to you and says everything is happening as it is supposed to happen. But like I said, maybe for you Cancerians, the only drawback is that you get very afraid to come out with what you know is the truth. And of course, Cancerians are extremely intuitive people. I mean, the water signs are always very intuitive. So you do get the intuition, but then again, it's like getting back into your shell, because you feel comforted there. You feel as if you are protected there. But that's not the way, my dear Cancerians. If you want to really progress further in life, you need to be bold and stand up and say that is wrong. And then, of course, give the correct interpretation of whatever you pick up of how things should be done to actually make them right. So hidden blessings will be coming very soon to you Cancerians, and that's actually the theme right from the beginning of this year. Whatever astrological interpretations that I have been doing, I have realized through whatever I have done up until now, the first 3 months, for Cancerians, this entire year is an extremely beneficial year, extremely positive year, but only if you can stand up boldly and speak your truth, whatever you think is the truth, because that is the truth. right? So let's see what cards we pick up for Leos. So the Leo cards have come chakra clearing and compassion. Now, Archangel Metatron is the one that you need to call upon if you feel you are blocked in any aspect of your life. So do not hesitate whenever there is a lot of doubt in your mind, when there are lots of things happening around you. Maybe emotionally you're getting caught in some turmoil or something, or physically there's something wrong with you. Just call on Archangel Metatron and ask him to clear your chakras away, to open up your entire chakric system, to open up all your chakras, so that you will know what is the right path for you to take. Zadkiel says that you need to bring in a lot of compassion. So maybe what I feel with the two cards that have come up, my dear Leos, you have lately been in situations which have not been very positive for you, which have actually, put a kind of a block, or there is a lot of burden that is there on your emotional and your mental body. But what you need to do, maybe you have even got upset and you are hurt about certain things that have happened to you lately. But with this card, compassion coming, what Zadkiel is saying is that when you fill your heart with compassion, things actually automatically start opening up. So instead of holding on to people, those who have wronged you, instead of holding on to any issue or any situation where you have been wronged, I feel, and that's what I'm picking up from the cards, is that soften your heart. Soften your heart and look at that situation or the event or the person or the issue with a lot of respect. Maybe what that person is trying to teach you, or what that issue or situation is trying to teach you, is to bring you on track. Suppose you were diverting somewhere else, and with whatever is happening in your life, you are being diverted back on your soul purpose track. So don't look at it very negatively. In fact, the more you build your heart with compassion, the more you soften your heart, like they say, you will come back on track with where you are supposed to be going in future. Correct? So now let's see what the cards have to tell for Virgos. Virgos, the cards that I am picking up for Virgos is you know what to do and take back your power. All right. So when I look at this card, Archangel Uriel says, you know what to do, and Raziel says, take back your power. When I'm looking at the two cards that have come together, what I feel that Virgos, you have been browbeaten by other people around you. That means even if you've done a lot of good work, the recognition did not come to you. It went to someone else, because that person was, let's say, more forthful, more in everyone's eye. So the back end work is what you have done, but the recognition has gone to someone else. And yes, of course, we are humans, so we do feel hurt about that I did the major part of the work, but I'm not being recognized for what I have done. So what do you do in that? You actually, so the two cards, look at the two beautiful cards that have come up, you know what to do. So what is it that you have to do? You have to come out. You have to talk about yourself, which is very difficult for Virgos, because as I call the Virgos, they're always, I always call them the universal servants. That means they like to be behind stage, where they will do all the work, everything for you, but they don't want to come center stage and take all the credit. But this is not the time to do that, my dear Virgos. You have to take back your power, because you know what to do. So what actually is coming to me is that, yes, if there is a certain things that you have initiated, if there are certain commitments that you have fulfilled, or whatever it may be, stand up boldly and say that this is my doing. I have done this. I could actually clear this issue out, or I could actually overcome this challenge. But one way or the other, my dear Virgos, and I know this comes very difficult for you because you don't like to talk about yourself. One way or the other, my dear Virgos, this is not the time to stand behind the stage. This is not the time to go and sit right at the end, the last bencher. But this is a time to actually come up front and say that I too can make a change. I too know what is right and what is wrong. Correct? So Virgos, be very, very bold about this, because as I cannot reiterate enough the 6-week period that we are coming into, how opportune or how powerful that period is for us to really, really change the entire future tapestry of our life. So Virgos, come up and say and speak about yourself. Let's see what we have for Libras. So what are the 2 cards that are coming up for Libras? Okay, so the cards that came up for Libra is sensitivity and outdoors. Now, maybe you Librans, in the recent past, you have been very extra sensitive to energies and to emotions. So you actually have picked up a lot of, let us say, heavy energies. I'm not calling them negative because I don't like to use the word negative anywhere. I just feel that these are very heavy energies that you have subconsciously or unconsciously picked up, my dear Librans. So you need to do a lot of self-cleansing. And when, the other card that came out by Archangel Zophiel, who says go outdoors, because I know nothing can actually clear the energy of a person as much as being out in nature. So if it is gardening you enjoy, please go out and do little gardening. If it is walking in nature, please go out and do it. If it is, whatever you want to do, in whichever way you want to connect with nature, please go and do it. Now, what will happen is that when you go outdoors, you will actually relieve a lot of your stress. And these heavy energies that I'm talking about, you will actually let go of all those heavy energies where you feel that you have been wronged, because right now you Librans are in a very sensitive period of your life, very sensitive term, of your life, where you're actually open to picking up everything which is not for your good, which is not right for your energies to hold on to. So by going out in nature, what you will do is, without actually doing anything, you will be discharging, let's say, doing away with all those heavy energies. And once you do that, once you clear your energies of those heavy negative energies that are there around you, you get the best ideas of how to go forward in life. And of course, another way of cleansing your system is get involved in something creative. So whether it is reading, whether it is writing, whether it is dancing, music, singing, whatever it may be, just indulge in a little bit more of creativity. Even if it is just a hobby, but do it, my dear Librans, because right now there's a lot of heavy energies that are there around you and you just need to clear it out. So yes, once you do that, my dear Librans, you will finally fixate on what it is that you need to do to, make the change, make the difference in your life, because it's coming for all of us. It's coming for all the signs. So let us see what we have for Scorpios. So the cards that I'm picking up for Scorpions is that there are gifts from God and life review. Now, Archangel Sandalphon says that yes, we angels and masters are going to bring you a lot of gifts from the Creator. All you have to do is open your arms to receive it. But the other card that has come up by Jerry Mail, where he's warning you that you need to take life review. That means you need to take an inventory of your life, my dear Scorpions. In taking the inventory of your life, go back a couple of years to think for yourself, what was it that 10 years back, what was it that you really wanted to do in your life, what you wanted to come out with or be, right? So go 10-15 years back to what dreams you had at that time for the way you thought your life would shape up. When you take a review of that, also be ready to change, because like I said, change is the only constant. So sometimes what happens for you Scorpions, you tend to get very rigid and stuck about certain things in your life. Maybe it's a belief system, maybe it's a pattern, maybe it's something that is there in your mind and you're very, very stuck about it. And that is what actually blocks your progress of going forward. So now is the time, especially in the 6-week period, that you will need to do is be ready, be open for any change that is coming in your life. And also what is very important for you is you have to heal in any which way all that which is unbalanced, which is an imbalance in your life, right? So yes, the minute you do that, the minute you accept the changes that are coming in your life, the minute you heal and resolve those issues which play a mighty role in your mental mind, let's say, or your physical body or emotional body, but more in the mental mind, the minute you accept that I need to change the way I look at a thing, I need to change my perspective, I need to look at this situation in maybe a different manner, in a different life, looking at it from a different viewpoint, let us say. When you do that, all the gifts from the angels and the masters will be yours. Very opportune period for Scorpions, because I always say that Scorpions also are very intuitive people, because again, it's the water sign, so they are extremely intuitive. So intuition will guide you on what are the changes that you need to bring about. But the dilemma for Scorpions here is that they're extremely rigid people, and they don't like change in any which way. But here, very clearly the cards are coming that you have to be ready for whatever changes that are coming, maybe in your life, maybe in your business, maybe in your relationship, I don't know where, but yes, changes will come. And once you accept those changes, gifts from the divine are going to come down to you. Please do it, my dear Scorpions. You cannot even imagine the kind of blessings, the kind of gifts that you are going to get. So let's talk about Sagittarians. Sagittarians, the two cards that I picked up is relationship harmony and overcoming difficulties. So when I see these two cards together, what I pick up for Sagittarians is that more in the area of relationship than any other area of your life, you may have faced a lot of flack, you may have faced a lot of obstacles, you may have faced a lot of challenges. But Jeremiah, by saying you are overcoming difficulties, Jeremiah actually is telling you that the worst is behind you now, and you have overcome or surmounted any of the challenges that were brought in front of you. So that's a very good thing, dear Sagittarians, that you've already done it. You've already been through the worst period that you could have faced from the beginning of this year. And now, relationship harmony, that means the angels are now sending you the right energy. They're sending you, let us say, they're opening your heart and the heart of others to actually bring you into a beautiful, harmonious relationship, right? Whatever arguments you have, and this, I don't know why I'm picking up that this is more for Sagittarians, it's more coming to relationships. So whatever arguments, whatever conflicts you had in relationship, whether it is an interpersonal relationship, whether it is a love relationship, whether it is a relationship with your colleagues or your boss or whoever, everything now is being brought under control, because you have been through the worst, you have overcome all the challenges, and now the angels are ready to flood your life with harmonious relationships, especially relationships for you Sagittarians. So now let us see what the cards have to tell for Capricorns. All right, so the two cards that I am picking up for Capricorns is leadership and career transition. Oh wow. So Capricornians, the minute you look at these cards, what does this actually say? That this is the time to really, really bring about a change in your career. Career transition, where it says that wherever you may be, where your career is concerned, definitely you're coming into the top part. You're coming, if you look at life as a giant wheel, you went through the lower part, now you're coming into the up cycle where your career is concerned. Transition, that means you will now be more aligned to your life purpose. So it could involve a change in your career, it could involve maybe upscaling your career, or it could involve getting a raise or something in your career. And for those people who are not in any career, for those Capricorns who are not in any career, it means that either which way or any which way, you are coming into the up cycle of your life. So whatever it is, whatever your dreams, your desires are, whatever it is that you want really fulfilled in your life, now is the time to put it all out. Now leadership, this is also now, with the two cards coming together, career transition and leadership, it means that for you Sagittarians, you need to now take up some leadership positions. You need to probably, at times you feel that you're not good enough, or this is not meant for me, or I don't know if I can handle it, or whatever it may be. But this is not the time to think about all those things. But this is the time for you to take up leadership positions, because that is going to upscale your life. Now, for those people, like I said, who are not in any career, those Sagittarians, Capricorns who are not in any career, it doesn't mean that there is no upscale in your life. Yes, there will be. There will be in your family life, there will be in your relationship, in everything surrounding you. So look for those opportunities where you can come up strong as a leader, take up those leadership roles, and then you will see that the universe will actually flood you with bountiful blessings coming your way. So Capricorns, stand up strong, stand up and be there in the face of everyone, because unless and until you take up those leadership roles, unless and until you come out being very strong for yourself, how will the universe flood you with blessings, right? So let's see what the cards have to say for Aquarians. All right. So Aquarians, the cards that I picked up is remember who you are. Archangel Michael is telling you to remember who you are, and patience. Zophiel is telling you to be patient. Now, Aquarians, when I look at these two cards, I feel that, once again, you have been in some kind of flux. There have been a lot of changes that are happening around you, but Michael is telling you that you need to remember that you are a special, loved, powerful child of the divine. You need to always remember that, however, whatever other people are telling you around you, but you need to remember what is the light that you hold within you. And patience, that means there may be a lot of dreams that you have, there may be a lot of intentions that you want fulfilled, there may be a lot of things that you want to do in your life, to bring about some change in your life, but this is not the time to really go all gung-ho about it or go all out like I read for the other signs. This is the time for you, Aquarian, especially, to have to inculcate a little patience. I mean, masters always tell me that yes, there is a process where you knead the dough, you add in whatever you want to, and then you put the batter that you have created into the oven to bake the cake. But after that, once you have put it into the oven, you just need to wait and have patience. You can't keep opening the door of the oven because the cake will fall flat. So for you, Aquarians, you have been through a lot of sifting out of, challenging situations, things that probably you needed to reconsider for yourself. Now is the time to be a little patient, because Zophiel says that whatever you desire is actually coming into reality, is blooming into reality more quicker than what you realize. But in spite of that, even though they are telling you that it is going to come very quickly, you need to develop a little bit of nurturing and patient energies for it to, for the cake to come out most beautifully. So you just need to be a little, let's say, laid back, just a little, take a step back, and whatever you have done up until now, whatever changes you've come with, it's going to fructify sooner than later, let me phrase that way. And now we come to Pisces. So let's see what are the cards that are coming out for Pisces. Okay, so the two cards that have come out for Pisces is prioritize and spread your wings. Now, when I look at these two cards, it is definitely giving me an indication, and it's giving me the information that Pisces, when we talk about prioritizing, when Metatron is talking about prioritizing, you need to actually write down step by step what are the things that you want to achieve in your life, what are the things that you want to manifest in your life. There may be a lot of ideas that are going on in your mind, there may be a lot of changes that you want to make in your life, be it relationship, be it career, be it changing a home, be it whatever it may be. There are lots of things that are there in your mind. What you need to do, my dear Pisceans, is sit down with a pen and paper and prioritize which is the topmost. What is the first thing that you want to manifest in your life? And Metatron is also telling you that he will help you to organize your life. So instead of being muddled up with so many things that are coming in your mind, that I want this, I want to do that, I want to do that, sit down. Step 1, step 2, step 3. This is what I want. This is the way I want my life to change going ahead. Spread Your Wings, which is a beautiful card where Ariel says that you're ready to fly. So when this card comes, that Spread Your Wings, that means you can actually manifest everything that you desire, or all the changes that you want to make in your life. You are ready to fly. So maybe there may come a point in time when you are, you come to a point where you have to take a certain risk. Like we say, take the leap of faith. And if you come to that point in your life in any which way, be it a relationship, be it career, be it any way, when you come to that point where you have to take a leap of faith, have confidence in yourself and take that leap of faith. Because the angels are there with you. They are going to ensure that when you take that leap of faith, you don't fall, but you will fly real high. So again, another very, very good card coming up for Pisces. And with that, we come to the end of this month's Oracle card reading. And I will connect with you back for another round of Oracle card readings beginning May. But until then, my dear friends, be attentive to what I said before I began the Oracle card reading. This is one of the most beautiful, opportune time for all of us to take and make the changes that we want to manifest into our reality. If you need to know more about all the different archangels, and you can always go on my website, which is www.healingtouchbyanitara, because in that there is a segment where I have spoken about each and every archangel and how they actually come and help you. So if you wish to do that, you're more than welcome. So until next time, until I see you back again with Oracle card readings, stay blessed. Namaste.